Greetings, Keishlings. Keish Prime here with my live reaction of Kingdom, Chapter 806. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so we've got some of the Haishin army, I guess now, of 60,000. They're all just kind of like, 60,000. This atmosphere is suffocating, right, Bihei-san? Infantry commander, this is, yeah. Lieutenant N, the army behind us is impressive. Look, 60,000. And I'm a 5,000 man commander. Lieutenant Sosue? God, I suck at names. Yeah. 60,000, 60. It's just kind of like calculating. No matter how you look at it. That's a lot of people. 60,000, this is crazy. 60,000 is just crazy. Okay, it's basically saying the same thing over and over again. No matter how you look at it, 60... Okay, shut up. The best feeling ever, right, inside? Maybe for you, Shin. The makings of a general. 3 choices. It's just kind of like... I think I'm going to throw up. Get a grip, you idiot. You're a 300-man commander now. Oh my god. Bihei is gone up to 300. What the fuck? Remember when he was just a 10-man unit, and then I think he finally went up to 100 after like several hundred chapters, and now he's 3 times that. Bihei. Anyway, don't you guys feel like the march is going painfully slow this time around? Huh? Now that you mention it, I mean, when you increase the size of the army so suddenly and you didn't even get enough time to train the newcomer, then it doesn't even kind of make sense for it to be slower. Yeah. By the way, isn't General To's army with us? I thought we were going to attack Han together. Besides, isn't the To army a super army with 100,000 men? Yeah, but for now it's just us. But why? Well... because that's the strategy. Her strategy. Are you going to pincer it with 2 armies? Is that what we're doing? You know, kind of bait them with the smaller army, and then you're just like, oh no, we're losing. And then it's like, To comes up from behind, from one side flanking with 50,000. Then you've got like one of his, like lieutenants come from the other side, boom, another 50,000, and then the Haishin unit up the middle. It's like, we've cut you off on 3 sides, mother trucker, and they're all they're basically the same size armies, minus 10,000 for Haishin, but you know what I mean. It's like you're staring down 3 50,000 men armies that they might, you know, break in more. But that's what I'm thinking. Anyway. Huh? You've really got a strategy for the invasion of Han, you little lady. It's general. Shut up! No, it is general. You will show her respect, sir. Or I will pull out all 3 of your beards. You shut up, Rokuomi. So what is the strategy, Kyokai? It's general. Love her. Hold on a second. If we were just talking about simply destroying Han, then even I already have 10 or so strategies thought out. But the problem is that we were ordered to keep the losses to a bare minimum so we can connect this campaign to Zhao's invasion. If you carefully consider that point, and still you say you have a plan for us, then by all means, let us hear it, General Kyokai. He's all pissed. Why the hell is he so mad? Very well. If you don't want to lose soldiers, then simply don't fight. Oh my god. Is it going to be like, kind of like an anti-war of attrition kind of deal? Like, you're just at a standoff until people run out of resources, and then maybe you attack at the end? And then steal their resources? I don't know. Everyone's flabbergasted. This is so bad I'm trying not to laugh. I don't know if she did it on purpose, but I'm impressed she can say something like that to Ryokoku. Sorry, the print is small and fuzzy. Like a peach. With a straight face. Hold the laugh. Woman, you're quite the little comedian, aren't you, Kyokai? You're trying to have a serious meeting here, actually. I was thinking the exact same thing. What? So Toe's like, we are of like minds, you and me, General Kyokai. Ah, thank you, General Toe. And it's like, they're just over here like Chads. It's like, it's like, General. And it's like, will you join us, General Rishin? And he's like, fuck it. I don't know. I'm being stupid, sorry. Han Capital. Shinte. I like saying it. Report. The 60,000 invaders of General Rishin's army are currently advancing eastward to the Mai Plains. They're slowly but surely heading to Nanyu. They're still at the Mai Plains? That's very slow. Yeah, it is. Oh, now I get it. The slow pace is part of the no fighting plan. It's like you're saving your energy for when you actually get there. And now, in Nanyu's current state, yes, the civilians from the region have safely taken refuge within the castle. The castle gates have already been closed. Currently, why does this look like a knockoff, even more serious version, well, serious version of, like, Mobu? Like, why? Currently, General Hakuo's army is awaiting the enemy on top of the castle walls. So he's the second general. Alright, we've heard his name before. Hakuo Koku. Oh, that's good. When I heard he specializes in open field combat, I was afraid he might set out to meet the enemy, but he kept his cool, as expected of our general, or second general. The castle should not fall if it's being defended by 70,000 against an army of 60. Your Highness? This time, Ken aims to completely subjugate our country. I would very much like to avoid having the city of Shinte with enemies at its walls, like Nanyu is about to be. However, our country does not possess the military power to be able to stop them everywhere. As such, I suggest that we do not waste manpower defending regions that are beyond our ability, and even so, as far as leaving certain castles undefended, so that we can concentrate our forces where it matters. Oh, shit. They're going to protect the capital. I mean, makes sense. Are you saying that we should just abandon some of our castles, General? And agreed. We can eventually retake the lands and castles lost, but the same cannot be said about the lives of our men. But what you suggest is not that simple. Nay. Han has stood so far because we have been doing precisely this sort of thing since before you were even born. A country that lacks power must have both the courage to lose some of its lands. And that's why you're the smallest fucking country. And the wisdom to concentrate what little power it has to protect those it cannot afford to lose. Your Highness? We're fortunate that Nanyu can hold on its own. Alright, then let's go over all the forces we have on the other regions. Concentrate our forces to the important locations. Ken will surely attack us in other places too. Maybe not. They might just straight beeline, especially if you're going to start, like, concentrating your forces. If they're watching you, you know, like, they'll evacuate, they'll be, like, scouting in the bushes, and it's like, tell Shin They're leaving the castles. Unprotected, like. Yep. We're, and then, like, actually following where they're going. And then they'll see where their forces are actually located, avoid those entirely, and then just scrounge up what they can supplies-wise, and then just kind of not even worry about those castles. They'll do that and clean up after the war. And then just keep heading towards the capital, where once you have the king's head, who can say that you haven't won at that point? So you reduce your losses, you quicken the pace of the invasion, you possibly pick up resources, and you don't really have to fight as often overall, so you're saving your strength for the next invasion. We're fortunate that... Oh, wait, I already read that. Urgent report, urgent report. A new Kin army has appeared behind General Rishans. 60,000. They're currently taking the same path towards Nanyu. What? A follow-up army? What is the scope of this army? Yes, the one leading it is Toe of the Kin's 6 great generals. And the army has 100,000 men. And everyone's pissing themselves. Toe's army with 100,000? Hold on, if we add that to Rishin's army, then they have 160,000. Nanyu will fall. Nanyu will fall. There's nothing we can do against 160,000. We have to do something. General Toe. Oh yeah, Toe went with them, right? Or no, did he? I can't remember now. So she's met Toe and Shin. So the two invaders, essentially. Let's see here. General Rakua Khan. General, if we don't send reinforcements to Nanyu, if we set for Nanyu right now, we can still make it in time. Their most advanced army of 60,000 is still at the Mai Plains. Besides, the reason for their delay is the fact that they are not trained well enough. When you suddenly create a huge army like that, its true power is far lower than that of the numbers would indicate. Don't rush the decision. Saving Nanyu will not be this easy. Chancellor Cho. He's actually quite a large man, it looks like. Even if they're not properly trained, there's still 160,000 men with Toe of the Kin 6 great generals as the commanding general. If we're going to intercept them, then we have no choice but to send a force of 100,000 from this city of Shinte. Actually, if we mean to make it a certain victory, then we should send even more. Exactly. Actually, how much of an army do they have? Like, they have 70,000 in Nanyu. I assume the capital has at least 100,000, but he's saying, like, we'll have to send more. So, what is the point here? How many do you have? Excuse me. Because they're, like, shitting themselves for 160. So, it's like, I don't think they have that many. In that scenario, General Rakua Khan, I know I'm saying that name wrong, would lead Shinte's main army and join with Nanyu's men to clash against Toe's army. And then, just like that, we would suddenly have a battle at Nanyu's region that would decide the fate of Han. And if we were to lose there, Shinte would not have enough strength left to resist for longer than just a few days. Am I the only one that feels fear given how fast the situation is escalating? I feel the same. It's expected of Chancellor Cho. So what, was he like a strategist or something back in the day? Because it seems like he probably would be, because like he's been like one of the more vocal members of this, gathering here in the throne room. However, we can't spend too much time thinking. As I see it, right now we have 3 choices. Okay, title time. He's a famous strategist. Ah, okay. Who originally served as Han's chief of military affairs for a very long time. Wait, then why are you just a chancellor now? I feel like chief of military affairs is higher ranking, but maybe he chose that path. The first is to have General Rakua Khan leading the entirety of Shintei's army and have them face off against To's army. Their entire army? The second is to simply wait and watch Nanyu's battle. Watch? But didn't you say that Nanyu would fall if left alone? Just so. Picking this option would mean having Nanyu's forces doing their best to take down as many of To's men with them. However, the downside of that is we would surely lose Nanyu, as well as our second general, Hakuo Koku. Koku! And the third is? The third option is to send the order for the immediate retreat of Nanyu's forces towards Shintei. Ooh, I think that's what they're going to do, actually. They're going to, converge all of their forces at the capital. But wait a second. If you retreat our forces, then the civilians will... Well, what is to happen to Nanyu's people? They will die.
They will die, Batman. So says Chancellor Cho. Now get over here so I can break your back, Princess. I would very much like to do it.
Were you not listening to our king's words just a few moments ago? When we spoke about the courage to lose and the wisdom to protect, that which we cannot afford to lose. What? But, Nei-sama? That is but one of our options. We have not yet made the decision. Exactly. What are your thoughts, General Rakua-kan? Just in case the worst happens, we cannot possibly risk sending the entire Shintei's forces out to the field. However, we still cannot abandon Nanyu. As much as I will set off for Shintei with 50,000 of my men. Ah. And gather 5,000 from each of the other castles to form an army of 100,000 and then head to Nanyu. After we join with Nanyu's forces, we have a total of 100,000 or 170,000. The army, or the enemy may have 160, but in reality, they're probably just as strong as an army of around 100,000 proper soldiers. Victory would be all but assured. General... Wait, he has another part of his name? Oh, wait, that's part of General, is the way it was broken up. God dang. Rakua-kan. I strongly disagree. We would, very well lose our first general with this half measure. If we are going to set out, then we must do it with all our forces. Besides, your plan is too rushed. Okay. So we're having a big butting heads moment here. And I've noticed that the king has hardly said a word. So I'm wondering what he's going to do. It seems we cannot reach an agreement. However, we don't have the time to discuss strategy in depth. What should be our move? Your Highness? Oh, so he's going to make the decision. Urgent report. What is it? Did the Kin army pick up the pace? No. The follow-up army. The follow-up army? Did To's army do something? No, that's not it. Another army has appeared behind To's army. What? A huge army of 100... What the fuck? Another one? A huge army of 100,000 men has appeared and currently approaching the road towards Nanyu. So there's gonna be fucking 260,000. Big army smash Han. Yeah. Smash you like bug, it will. This is developing. Like, who's leading that army? Considering that Kyokai wasn't anywhere around, I would assume her? She is a general now, so she can do these things. So, presumably, I forget how many forces she was allowed to have of her own. Especially now that she has general status. I forget. I'm not good with trying to remember everything, but I would assume it's 40 to 60,000 given what Shin's able to do. But Shin has been elevated even past a general at this point, so that explains why he has that status. So I think she probably had less than that, of course, but still, where the fuck's the rest of them coming from? Because that would only account for like maybe a third of this army. So, I don't know. I'm very confused. I'm trying to think who else was. Obviously, it's not Moten or Ohan. They're in whole other areas. I don't know who else would have converged with Kyokai's forces. This is going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of debate with this one. But yeah, 3 armies, over 250,000. It seems like 170,000 is all the main bulk of Han's forces. So they're probably going to die very quickly. I don't expect this to be a very long arc. Might see some cool strategies and whatnot, which is what I love to see, but I don't expect this to be like a 50 chapter arc, maybe. So yeah, the fall of Han might be decided very quickly. But yeah, things just kept escalating. Also, we found out a little bit about Cho. Who would have known that he was a strategist in the former, military affairs chancellor or secretary. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. There was the fun humor bit. I did Bane, whatever. I don't know where things are going. This arc is moving fast. But let me know your own thoughts and opinions. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Check out my other content. Links down below for all my socials. I'm part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel. Go check it out. I also will have another video up after this, so check that out. It'll be 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. So yeah. Anyway, as always, later days, and until next time, Keishlings.
Chancellor Cho has chosen to break the princess's back, Batman. Yeah.